Have you ever noticed how, as the years go by, what used to feel perfectly fine to eat suddenly leaves you feeling heavy, sluggish, or even a little off? Perhaps you've had a recent checkup where your doctor gently suggested keeping an eye on your cholesterol. Or maybe you've just felt that nagging sense that your body isn't quite bouncing back the way it used to after certain meals. It's a painful reality that many of us over 65 begin to face the foods we've always loved. The comfort foods from our youth might actually be working against us, slowly chipping away at our vitality and setting us up for health challenges we'd all rather avoid. But what if I told you there are 4 common types of meat, often staples in our diets, that could be silently contributing to these very issues, acting as hidden hurdles on our path to vibrant aging? It's not about giving up meat entirely or feeling deprived. It's about making smarter, more informed choices that empower you to live your best life with more energy, better digestion, and a stronger, healthier heart. In this video, we're going to uncover these 4 meats you might want to rethink after 65, and more importantly, we'll talk about delicious, easy ways to enjoy food without compromising your health. Trust me, by the end of this, you'll have a whole new perspective on what's on your plate. And there's something waiting for you at the very end that might just surprise you and make all the difference. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly are these meats we should be thinking twice about? Well, let's dive straight in with the first one. A common culprit often lurking in our refrigerators and at breakfast tables. And that's processed meats. Turku. Think about your morning bacon, the sausages sizzling on the grill, or those convenient slices of deli ham and turkey you pile onto sandwiches. For years, these have been easy go-to options, quick and satisfying. But as we age, our bodies become more sensitive to the specific ingredients found in these highly processed items. The biggest concerns with processed meats like hot dogs, pepperoni, and even some jerky stem from a few key areas. First, and perhaps most significant, are the nitrates and nitrites used as preservatives and for color. While these compounds help keep the meat fresh and appealing, when they're cooked, especially at high temperatures, they can form something called nitrosamines. These nitrosamines are linked to an increased risk of certain cancers, particularly colorectal cancer. Now, it's not to say that one slice of bacon will give you cancer, but consistent, regular consumption over decades can certainly contribute to a higher lifetime risk. Our digestive systems, already perhaps a little slower and more delicate in our later years, are put under more strain trying to process these additives. Beyond the preservatives, processed meats are notoriously high in sodium. A single serving of bacon or a couple of slices of deli meat can pack a significant portion of your daily recommended sodium intake. For someone over 65, maintaining healthy blood pressure is absolutely crucial for heart health. And excessive sodium is a direct antagonist to that goal. High blood pressure puts undue stress on your arteries, making your heart work harder and increasing your risk for heart attack, stroke, and kidney disease. It's a silent threat that can accumulate over time, and cutting back on obvious sources like processed meats is a fantastic first step in managing it. Imagine trying to push water through a narrow, stiff hose. That's what high blood pressure does to your veins and arteries. By reducing sodium, we help keep those pathways clear and flexible. Then there's the saturated fat content. Many processed meats, especially bacon and sausages, are laden with saturated fat. While dietary fat is essential, too much saturated fat can raise your LDL cholesterol. That's the bad cholesterol, which contributes to plaque buildup in your arteries. This plaque narrows the arteries, restricting blood flow and again, putting your heart at risk. It's like sludge in a pipe, slowly building up until the flow is severely hampered. Our bodies, as we age, are less efficient at clearing this type of fat, making it even more important to be mindful of our intake. So, what's a delicious alternative instead of processed deli meats? Consider cooking a whole chicken breast or turkey tenderloin once a week, slicing it thinly, and using it for sandwiches. It's fresh. You control the ingredients, and it's infinitely healthier. For breakfast, instead of bacon or sausage, try lean poultry sausage, check the sodium content. Or better yet, opt for a piece of grilled salmon, an egg white omelet with vegetables, or even a hearty bowl of oatmeal with berries and nuts. These options provide protein, fiber, and healthy fats without the hidden downsides of processed meats. Think about how vibrant you'd feel starting your day with fresh, nourishing food rather than something that weighs you down. Even simple grilled chicken or fish can be seasoned beautifully with herbs and spices, offering a burst of flavor without the added chemicals. You might even find yourself enjoying the natural taste of real food much more. Making these small swaps can significantly reduce your exposure to harmful additives, high sodium, and unhealthy fats, paving the way for a healthier, more energetic you. So, processed meats are definitely something to approach with caution. But what about the heart of many traditional dinners? Our next meat to consider might surprise you, especially if you're a fan of a hearty Sunday roast or a juicy burger, and that's red meat, particularly certain cuts and in large quantities. Now, before you start protesting, let me be clear, red meat isn't inherently evil. It's a good source of iron, vitamin B12, and protein. The challenge lies in the type of red meat, the quantity we consume, and how frequently it appears on our plates as we get older. For individuals over 65, the digestive system often becomes a bit less robust. The production of stomach acid can decrease, and the movement of food through the gut might slow down. This means that dense, fatty cuts of red meat can be much harder to break down and digest, leading to feelings of fullness, bloating, and even constipation. Imagine your digestive system working overtime, struggling to process something that just isn't moving through as easily as it once did. This discomfort can significantly impact your quality of life. The primary concern with many cuts of red meat, especially beef, lamb, and pork that aren't lean, is their high content of saturated fat and cholesterol. As we discussed earlier, saturated fat directly impacts your LDL, or bad cholesterol levels. When these levels are elevated, they contribute to the formation of plaque in your arteries, narrowing them and increasing your risk for heart disease, heart attacks, and strokes. For someone already managing blood pressure or cholesterol, or with a family history of heart issues, prioritizing lean protein sources becomes even more critical. Think of your arteries as vital highways for blood flow. We want to keep them wide and clear, not congested with fatty deposits. Furthermore, some studies suggest a link between high consumption of red meat, especially processed red meat, which we just discussed, but also very high intakes of unprocessed red meat, and an increased risk of certain cancers, particularly colorectal cancer. While the exact mechanisms are still being researched, it's thought that compounds formed during high-temperature cooking, like heterocyclic amines, HCAs, and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, PAHs, might play a role. These compounds can become genotoxic, meaning they can damage DNA and potentially lead to cancer. It's not about fearing every bite, but recognizing that moderation and thoughtful preparation are key. So, how can you still enjoy red meat without putting your health at risk? The advice is simple but powerful. Choose leaner cuts and focus on portion control. Instead of a fatty ribeye, opt for a leaner sirloin, tenderloin, or flank steak. When it comes to ground beef, look for options that are 90% lean or higher. And remember, a portion of meat should be about the size of a deck of cards, not a dinner plate. This might mean enjoying red meat a couple of times a week rather than every day. Consider incorporating more plant-based protein sources into your diet. Lentils, beans, chickpeas, and tofu are packed with protein, fiber, and essential nutrients, and they are much easier on your digestive system. A hearty lentil soup, a bean chili, or a stir-fry with tofu can be incredibly satisfying and delicious. You could also swap out some red meat meals for fish, like salmon or cod, which offer heart-healthy omega-3 fatty acids without the saturated fat load. Even poultry, like chicken or turkey, can be a fantastic, Versatile substitute. When you do prepare red meat, opt for healthier cooking methods like grilling, baking, roasting, or stewing, and try to avoid charring it excessively. By making these thoughtful adjustments, you can continue to enjoy a varied and delicious diet that supports your long-term health and vitality. It's about finding that balance, enjoying the flavors you love, and nourishing your body in the best way possible for your age. We've talked about processed meats and the importance of mindful consumption of red meat. Now, let's shift our focus to a cooking method that, while incredibly popular and often delicious, can turn even healthy proteins into something detrimental to our health, especially as we age. I'm talking about fried meats. Think about crispy fried chicken, battered fish and chips, or even those perfectly golden schnitzels. They're often comforting and nostalgic. But for our bodies after 65, they can be a significant source of inflammation and unhealthy fats. The main issue with fried meats lies in the oils used and the high temperatures involved in the cooking process. Many restaurants and even home kitchens use vegetable oils like corn, soy, or sunflower oil, which are high in omega-6 fatty acids. While some omega-6s are necessary, an excessive intake, especially when unbalanced with omega-3s, can promote inflammation throughout the body. Chronic inflammation is a silent enemy, contributing to a myriad of age-related diseases, including heart disease, arthritis, and even cognitive decline. It's like a low-level fire constantly burning inside you, slowly damaging tissues and organs. Moreover, when these oils are heated to the high temperatures required for deep frying, they can become oxidized and form harmful compounds, including trans fats. We've all heard about trans fats and their notorious reputation for raising bad cholesterol LDL and lowering good cholesterol HDL. A double whammy for heart health. These fats are incredibly damaging to your arteries, accelerating the buildup of plaque and increasing your risk of cardiovascular events. Imagine pouring thick, sticky syrup into your plumbing. That's what trans fats can do to your blood vessels over time. Beyond the oils, the very act of frying adds a significant amount of unhealthy calories to your meal without adding much nutritional value. A lean piece of chicken or fish, otherwise healthy, becomes a calorie bomb when coated in batter and deep fried. As our metabolism naturally slows down with age, these extra calories contribute to weight gain, which in turn puts more strain on your joints, heart, and metabolic system. Excess weight is a risk factor for diabetes, heart disease, and many other conditions that compromise our mobility and independence. So, how can you still enjoy that satisfying crunch and flavor without the health risks? The answer lies in smarter cooking methods. Instead of deep frying, consider baking, grilling, roasting, or air frying. An air fryer, for example, can give you that wonderfully crispy texture with just a fraction of the oil, often just a light spray. Baked chicken can be seasoned with herbs and spices for incredible flavor, while grilled fish offers a delicious, smoky taste. These methods preserve the natural nutrients of the meat without introducing harmful fats or excessive calories. Think about how delicious a piece of herb-crusted baked cod can be, or a perfectly grilled chicken breast marinated in lemon and rosemary. You get all the protein and flavor without the heavy, greasy feeling afterwards. You'll find that your digestive system will thank you, and your energy levels will be more stable, even if you occasionally crave something fried. Consider opting for lighter alternatives like oven-baked fries, made from sweet potatoes or parsnips, or homemade chicken tenders lightly breaded and baked. It's about making conscious choices that align with your desire for long-term health and vitality. Remember, cooking at home gives you control over ingredients and methods, allowing you to prioritize your well-being without sacrificing taste. Your taste buds will adapt and even begin to prefer the cleaner, more vibrant flavors of food prepared in healthier ways. This shift is not just about avoiding harm, but actively embracing a lifestyle that fuels your body and mind for all the years to come. We've talked about processed meats, the cautious approach to red meat, and the pitfalls of frying. But there's one more category that, while often seen as convenient and comforting, can be particularly problematic for those of us in our golden years, and that's high-sodium canned and potted meats. Think about those cans of corned beef, luncheon meat, or various potted meat spreads that might have been staples in your pantry for quick meals or sandwiches. While their shelf life is impressive, their nutritional profile can be anything but, especially for an aging body. The most glaring issue with these types of meats is their incredibly high sodium content. They are literally packed with salt, not just for flavor, but as a primary preservative to extend their shelf life for years. A single serving of some canned meats can contain over 500–600 milligrams of sodium, which is a significant chunk of the recommended daily intake for adults, especially those over 65, who should aim for even lower levels if they have high blood pressure or heart conditions. For reference, the American Heart Association recommends no more than 200 to 300 mg per day for most adults, moving towards an ideal limit of no more than 500 mg per day for those with or at risk for high blood pressure. Consuming excessive sodium regularly has profound negative effects on your health. It causes your body to retain water, which increases the volume of blood in your vessels. This extra volume puts immense pressure on your artery walls, leading directly to high blood pressure. Untreated high blood pressure is a leading cause of heart attacks, strokes, kidney disease, and even vision loss. Our kidneys, which work tirelessly to filter waste and regulate fluids, also become less efficient with age. An overload of sodium forces them to work even harder, potentially accelerating kidney decline. Imagine trying to empty a bucket of water with a small cup. That's what your kidneys might feel like trying to process too much salt. Beyond sodium, many canned and potted meats are also high in unhealthy fats, often the less desirable saturated kind, and can contain various artificial flavors, colors, and other preservatives that your body simply doesn't need. They offer very little in terms of beneficial fiber or fresh vitamins, essentially providing calories and protein at a high cost to your cardiovascular and kidney health. They're often engineered for maximum palatability rather than nutritional benefit. So, what are the better alternatives for quick, convenient protein instead of reaching for a can of high-sodium luncheon meat? Consider healthier options that are just as easy to prepare. Canned tuna or salmon, for example, are excellent choices, but be sure to look for low-sodium or no-salt-added varieties, and rinse them well before use. These provide heart-healthy omega-3 fatty acids along with protein. For a quick sandwich filling, you could use leftover roasted chicken, turkey, or even a hard-boiled egg mashed with a little avocado instead of mayonnaise. If you enjoy spreads, try making your own lentil or chickpea pâté, seasoned with fresh herbs. These options are not only lower in sodium but also richer in natural nutrients and fiber, supporting better digestion and overall health. Even pre-cooked chicken breast strips, found in the refrigerated section of your grocery store, can be a much healthier and still convenient alternative for sandwiches and salads. It's about breaking the habit of relying on convenience foods that compromise your health and instead embracing quick, healthy options that nourish your body. These simple changes can make a world of difference to your blood pressure, your kidney function, and your overall energy levels. By consciously choosing fresh, minimally processed alternatives, you're not just avoiding harm, you're actively investing in a healthier, more vibrant future. Your body has served you well for decades, and now is the time to give it the fuel it truly deserves to keep thriving. We've explored the 4 types of meats that, while sometimes convenient or traditional, might be silently undermining your health after 65. The highly processed meats laden with nitrates and sodium, fatty cuts of red meat that can strain your digestion and heart, fried meats that introduce unhealthy fats and inflammation, and the high-sodium canned and potted varieties that put undue stress on your blood pressure and kidneys. It's a lot to consider. But remember, the goal here isn't to scare you or make you feel deprived. It's about empowering you with knowledge, so you can make informed choices that truly serve your well-being. The secret I promised you at the beginning. It's not a magic pill or a drastic diet. It's the profound power of making small, consistent shifts. It's understanding that every bite you take is an opportunity to either fuel your body towards greater vitality or subtly diminish it. You have the power, with each meal, to choose health. Imagine swapping out your usual breakfast sausage for a delicious piece of grilled fish a few times a week, or opting for a lean chicken stir-fry instead of fried chicken. Think about how much lighter and more energetic you'll feel, how much better your digestion will be, and how those positive changes will ripple outwards into every aspect of your life. These aren't just minor dietary tweaks. They are acts of self-care and self-love. They are investments in your future, ensuring you have the energy to spend quality time with loved ones, pursue your passions, and enjoy every precious moment of your golden years. It's about adding more life to your years, not just years to your life. The beauty of it is that your taste buds are incredibly adaptable. Give them a chance, and you'll discover new favorite foods and healthier ways of preparing old ones that are just as satisfying, if not more so. Remember, small changes can make a big difference to your health and happiness. You don't have to overhaul your entire diet overnight. Start with one meat, one meal, one small substitution, and build from there. Your journey to better health is a marathon, not a sprint, and every step forward, no matter how small, counts. We are all on this journey of aging together, and supporting each other is key. I would absolutely love to hear from you. Have you already started making changes to your diet as you've gotten older? What healthy meat alternatives have you discovered that you genuinely love? Share your experiences and tips in the comments below. Your insights could be just what someone else needs to hear to start their own journey. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more practical advice and inspiring content designed to help you live your best life at every age. Your support helps us reach more people who can benefit from this information. Thank you for joining me today. Keep living your best life with every delicious, healthy bite.